XRP explodes up soon. Now, we're still turning up on a Tuesday here, so we're giving you a second update of the day. If you missed our first one, make sure you guys check that one out. But in this second update, I want to talk about what just got confirmed for me on our broader stock market, what's coming in the traditional financial world, and then we're going to talk about why XRP is positioned so well with the three pillars that Ripple has established, along with how Ripple will become the most trusted source for enterprise crypto solutions. And so I want to make this a quick update. Let's get started right away. Everything's at zachrector.com. Let me show you what I'm talking about here on the charts. Now, let me just let you guys know. I was actually asked by one of my community members in my Discord group last month, actually on August 17th. Every Saturday, we have our weekly calls. And on this particular day, August 17th, I shared a couple charts, Dow Jones, S&P 500, and even the NASDAQ 100. And I predicted that we were going to get a double top formation for the S&P 500 and a triple top formation for the Dow Jones. This has now come through today. We marked this new all-time high for the S&P 500 one day before the Federal Reserve interest rate decision. Such perfect timing. And I predicted a double top. We end up getting a triple top, but the same thing applies. And it's an even stronger indicator that a reversal is right around the corner. Take a look at it, folks. So here's your S&P 500. And so on August 17th, we were back here and we had already started to move back up, right? And so I said, this looks like a double top formation's coming in. Now that did come through. We were so close to setting a new all-time high. And this was back on August 26th, right? This was after the Japan carry trade unwind started to come about on August 5th at the start of the month, right? We got that big rally. They rallied us back in here. And then on August 17th, I said double top formations coming in, and I think this will mark the top. Well, my prediction was partially right because we got the double top formation. We did come back down here to 5,400, but then we've now set a triple top, which really validates where I think we're at in this cycle. A day before the Federal Reserve set to make their interest rate decision, I said, buy the rumor, sell the news. And sure enough, here we are rallying up to a new all-time high, triple top formation, which is an even stronger indication of the reversal that I have been predicting, the correction before the election. And I'll just throw out some numbers right here, or one number for you in particular. Backtest to 5,400 could be easily done within just a couple trading days, like just a few trading days could take us back to 5,400. But on my charts, I'm going back even. This thing, if we do get a serious correction, could be back to 5,100 or even much lower. Depending on if we get any sort of black swan, it would be much worse. But just off of a basic conservative TA, backtest to 5,400, easily done, probably down to 5,100. So watch that closely. For the Dow Jones, this is what we're looking at, that triple top formation. We blew through it again up to another all-time high here today. And so although the candle is red here on the daily, we did go set that new all-time high. And so let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. This is what I'm worried about. Bitcoin ran up to 61, basically 61.5 here today, give or take. The problem with this is that it's setting new lower lows and lower highs. And so on my update earlier today, I said the same thing. If we don't break above 65,000, I'm not going to be getting too excited here yet when I'm looking at Bitcoin, when I'm looking at the broader cryptocurrency space, because the current trend is lower lows, lower highs. And until that's broken and invalidated, well, we're going to continue in this pattern. So perfect timing for Bitcoin, day before the Fed interest rate decision. Everybody getting excited, everybody getting suckered in one last time before I believe we're going to see a correction. Now for XRP, it's just strength. It's just strength for XRP consolidating in this pattern. But I'm going to show you guys at the end of this session why we are expecting an explosion potentially here soon for XRP. Now, I wanted to warn you guys here because we're starting to see some crazy headlines and clickbait come out in regards to the BRICS new system, the BRICS new currency, the BRICS new deal, a lot of speculation on what it's going to be. And so you see headlines like this, which I do like. Watcher Guru, they do put out some good information and they're very quick. But then they also put out stuff like this, which I think is a little bit of a stretch. BRICS major payment makes major announcement on new payment system. What was the major announcement? Well, the only announcement that was really made was a conversation here between Lavrov, is his name, Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov from Russia, and his counterpart in Egypt, and they have a conversation about this, and they say that they revealed that the new BRICS payment system will be equipped with trading, investing, and along with trade settlements. So it's not just going to be cross-border, but it's going to be a broader, more general financial system that includes trading and investing outside of the US dollar as well. Many are attracted by the fact that payment systems are being developed within BRICS, which allows trading, investing, and carrying out other economic operations without being dependent on those that decide to weaponize the dollar and the euro, the foreign minister said. So is that a major announcement, right? I think that we all kind of understood that it wasn't just for cross-border payments. This is about, they're going to be restructuring their stock markets. And this is not just happening because they want to get away from the US dollar. This is also, the evolution of our stock markets, of our derivatives markets, of all of our financial system moving to DLT technology. And so this isn't a groundbreaking announcement, but make sure we stay tuned on this because this is a story to watch. But with everything in our media here now, everybody's clickbaiting and hyping it up and suckering folks into, getting on their article with some major announcement. What is it? It's just the broader payment system that's getting updated to DLT technology, nothing that we didn't already know. And they're moving outside the US dollar, and this is real. And we're going to continue to watch it. Now, the conference, I believe, isn't until the 22nd of October, so we still got some time on that. Now, bringing it back home, United States of America needs to catch up here. And so we see Tom Emmer today writing another letter, of course, requesting some answers from the SEC on their position on airdrops. So he partnered up here with Patrick McHenry, and they've sent another letter to Gary Gensler and the SEC demanding their position on airdrops and why the SEC believes and it's taken the position that airdrops are securities transactions. So when you compare it, it is pretty ridiculous, right? Over in BRICS, over in Russia, over in these other countries, they're already moving forward. They've already set the rules of the road. And they're allowing companies and capitalists and entrepreneurs to bring in money to build out the new rails. And it's a new system right here that's being rolled out. Meanwhile, we're still having to pen letters to our SEC chairman and ask him why he's taking the position that airdrops are securities transactions. Now, I'm so fed up, and we're just so past the point here with our Congressman Tom Emmer. Okay, thanks for writing another letter, Tom. We are so past that point. And we're now at the point where you don't need to ask him what his opinion is. You don't need to ask him why they have a position. You need to write laws, as you were sent to D.C. to do. Not write letters, write laws, and then enforce them and bring in accountability to the SEC. Now, I want to remind everybody that was just announced here today that the 5 commissioners of the SEC, including Gary Gensler, will be testifying next Tuesday in front of the Financial Committee in a new hearing that they're going to be having on oversight of the SEC. The next day, Gary Gensler will be going solo in front of the Senate for more testimony next week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, mark your calendars, all 5 SEC commissioners, and this hasn't happened since 2019 under Trump's administration. So going to be very interested to watch this one. Holding our breath here, or I should say not holding our breath that anything's going to get passed this year, which is exactly what we got from Stuart Alderati today, speaking at a conference and a panel here, Georgetown University Financial Markets and Policy Conference. Alongside of him was the World Economic Forum, Grayscale, and Robinhood. And I clipped up, XRP Drops, huge shout out to XRP Drops, clipped up all of the parts here from Stuart Alderati. I've selected a few here, and I got the main bullet points that Stuart Alderati shared with us. So he does not expect any legislation passed in this session or in the lame duck session. So essentially, we're going to be waiting until 2025 for legislation to get passed in regards or in the eyes of Stuart Alderati. He also says that the SEC doesn't exist outside the U.S., which sounds obvious. Let me provide the context. Somebody basically suggested that the SEC is the leader in the world when it comes to regulating cryptocurrency. And he said that he wants to push back on that because when he goes to Dubai, when he goes to Brazil, when they go meet with all these other central bankers and other regulators in other countries, the SEC is not brought up at all. The SEC doesn't exist, right? They're already moving forward with their new financial system, rules of the road, speaking with companies like Ripple, and they're not having any mention of the games that are being played in the SEC. The fact that America's being left behind. If they are bringing that up, they're bringing it up on how they're accelerating and they're looking to, widen that gap between their country and the innovation and the investment that's going to come to their country versus the United States, which is getting left behind right now, which is why Ripple's grown continuously outside the United States during this lawsuit. Now, this point right here, he calls out the SEC. I want you to listen on this clip here real quick.
They're a self-appointed cop on the beat. The statute has not, no law has appointed them the cop on the beat. In our case, they've been called out by a judge for not faithfully applying the law. In your case, they've been called out by a judge for acting arbitrarily and capriciously. In the debt box case in Utah, they've been sanctioned by a court for outright visiting a fraud upon the court. The question is not why are they doing what they're doing, is why do they still have their jobs?
And that's the type of energy that we need to be taken to DC as well, right? We're so past the point here. Why do they even have jobs? Why are they not being drugged into DC every single week or just let go of their positions? Because this has just gone way too far. As he said, our SEC, our regulator, our supposed cop on the beat is being sanctioned by judges for presenting and fabricating evidence in front of the court, falsifying evidence in front of the courts, bankrupting companies because of their actions, as we've highlighted in the XRP lawsuit, causing hundreds of billions of dollars worth of damages in our country. And it's almost like they're purposely keeping us behind, protecting the banksters, protecting the old system, aren't they?
Campaign finance, which is why Ripple has donated $50 million to Fairshake for a total of $190 million to be pro-innovation and to speak out for candidates who are pro-innovation and to send a message to those who want to villainize this industry and what we are trying to do, that there will be a price to be paid at the ballot if you do that. I think that
there will be a price to be paid. Now, this is why I love Stuart Alderati so much. And he says in this clip also that they've donated money to Fairshake, $50 million. They have to have their voices heard. And so they've donated $50 million, and they've also they went to the RNC, they went to the DNC. Kamala and their campaign privately is saying that they want to reset. Trump's being very public about it. Now, we also have to remind everybody that Stuart Alderati himself donated hundreds of thousands of XRP to the Trump campaign directly. So on one side, they got Chris Larson supporting Kamala. And then we have Stuart Alderati here on the other side donating XRP to Trump. So they're playing both sides. Ripple then donating $50 million to Fairshake in that pack. They're pushing the needle here. They're pushing the envelope. But I love Stuart Alderati there, sending a message that there will be a consequence, a price to pay if you push back on this industry and if you don't respect the crypto industry and the crypto vote. Now, this final part that I'm going to share with you guys is the 3 pillars that Ripple has established here. So they focused and started on cross-border payments. Now they've added custody, and the next part is stablecoins. And all of this will help enableize tokenization of real-world assets, right? So the 3 pillars: cross-border payments, custody, and now stablecoins. And then he speaks on why this is going to make Ripple the most trusted source for enterprise crypto solutions. Listen in here.
Walk me through that.
So our core product has always been cross-border payments, using blockchain and crypto to help traditional financial institutions move money faster and more cheaply, more transparently than they can. We realized that to be the one-stop shop, we need to also provide the custody solution and a stablecoin, which can be a proxy for any digital asset that you want to use on the blockchain to make that happen. So we're going all in on all 3 pillars. And part of it also will become the tokenization of real world assets. And I think eventually, and that is getting a lot of traction outside of the US in all of the jurisdictions that Tom talked about, all of the jurisdictions where we have customers. And hopefully when this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the US.
I mean, tokenization has gone through.
I don't see crypto as a either or in terms of US dollar and the predominance of the US dollar. I view it as a supplement to and an asset for better financial markets. And I think the two can live together in parallel, if not in harmony.
And this is what's going to separate Ripple apart. Obviously, XRP being the heartbeat of Ripple. And then I'm going to show you here next the TA on XRP getting ready to explode soon. But I got to set the basis. I got to set the fundamentals. And the run up to this story, right? Why is the chart lining up and building up on such a strong technical analysis basis? It's all of these fundamentals. It's the fact that the XRP community is strong. You know, not are we always together? Is there some division? Is there some drama? Of course. Is there scam tokens on the XRP ledger? Of course. But when you look at Ripple, they're set up to have a competitive advantage. They've set up the 3 pillars to be the one-stop shop in crypto. For enterprise crypto solutions, they're going to be the most trusted source. And then what's going to be the on-ramp? Most likely the on-ramp for institutions is going to be that stablecoin. As he mentioned, that's why it's so important. You get them on board with a stablecoin. And Ripple's already done this in their business, even with the cross-borders, is they're working, if you want to just use traditional fiat rails, where it makes sense, we'll do that. Where you have high friction, where it makes sense to use XRP, we can use that. And then they start to show their clients, start to show their partners the secret sauce, which is the XRP and XRP ledger. So this brings us, full circle. We got that strong 3 pillars, that foundation, that infrastructure, and then the legal competitive advantage that nobody else has in America. And, I also want to mention, too, that he said that they're actively speaking with the Trump campaign and with the Kamala campaign as well. So they're speaking with both as we speak, right? So Ripple's ready to go, no matter who gets elected and no matter who's sitting across the table from them. They are ready to be the one-stop shop for crypto and enterprise solutions. Now let's look at the TA for XRP. So this was shared here by 360 Trader on X. It says XRP volume on the weekly says this explodes up soon. You can hate it or you can love it. The chart doesn't care. It will go with you or without you, and that's where we're at. And so these guys, like I said, they're lining up. Everybody and their brother, their sister, and their uncle is getting bullish on XRP. And he's showing here that the volume, he's looking at another data point, XRP volume on the weekly says this explodes up soon. Well, it sure sounds good to me. You guys let me know in the comments down below. And if you appreciate our updates, please make sure you smack it, you tap it, you share it out far and wide. And if you want to support us further, you can go to my website, zachrector.com. I also have some of the links down below in the description of this video. Get you there quickly to the community resources that you're looking for. When you do use our resources, you support our show, and I greatly appreciate you. I will see you in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.